Where is my script? I am Xander, and you are you. Oh, pardon me. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. Today is, of course, Thursday, aka Thursday, March 12, 2026. Let's get into the show, shall we? What is the show about? It's about interesting and important events that occurred today throughout the annals of recorded history. Starting with the year 538, we have Wittages, or the Vittages, king of the Ostrogoths, ended his siege of Rome and retreated to Ravenna, leaving the city in the hands of the victorious Byzantine general Belisarius. 1054, Pope Leo IX escaped captivity and returned to Rome. 1088, Odo of Lagny was elected as Pope Urban II, succeeding Victor III. Why am I talking about this guy, you ask? Well, he was best known for initiating the Crusades. He was also the 159th Pope. So this is, the importance of using multiple sources. 1158, the German city of Munich, I actually have a picture of that, or München, as it is called. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Was first mentioned as Forum Apud München in the Augsburg arbitration by Holy Roman Emperor Frederick I. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Good. Yeah, we just started talking about Munich. This is the first time it was mentioned, and this is like a model.
You said munchies.
Well, München. Although I think I might have the munchies right now, but
Look at those structures.
I know, but this is a.
I love that church.
This is a model, like it's a giant cast metal type thing.
Oh, it's a.
Yeah, there's a plaque right here and everything.
Yeah, okay.
But that means that this is somewhere out there in the wild. So I'd love to go see this, but this has to be what it looked like back then. With this cathedral and everything, and all these spires. That's a church. That might be an Orthodox church. Yeah. Looking at the tower there, that kind of looks like the Russian bulb, thing. So, and then that kind of looks like a mosque. I'm not sure. Was there Arabs in Munich, or like Islam up in Germany up there?
I have no
I'm
idea.
Not sure.
I doubt it.
That's a cool bottle, though. Anyway, moving on up to 1350, Orvieto City in Italy announced it will behead and burn Jewish Christian couples. Wow. We said that in unison. Yeah, so like if you were a Jew and married a Christian, or vice versa, then you'd get decapitated. That's terrible. 1365, University of Vienna was founded. 1455, first record of Johannes Gutenberg's Bible, a letter dated this day by Edna Silvio Piccolomini, referred to the Bible printed a year prior.
Oh.
So as far back as 1454 was the Johannes Gutenberg's Bible. It existed. 1496, Jews were expelled from Syria. Here we go again. Why does this keep happening? 1510, Governor Alfonso de Albuquerque established the first overseas Portuguese mint to issue gold coins to the Indian trading city of Goa.
All right. That's one of the reasons for the creation of Israel, because nobody wanted them. Europe didn't want them.
Yeah.
The Middle East obviously didn't want them.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea. Welcome to the show, by the way, Kaio. I just don't like the idea of like the United Nations just exerting their power and just putting it there.
They overstepped. They overstepped.
Yeah, anyway, yo, Kaio, how you doing, man?
Tired, but I'm here.
Don't get too tired. It might turn into a bicycle. Oh.
I'm already there.
Dang. 1594, a company of far lands established by Dutch merchants in Amsterdam to send ships to the East Indies, beginning of the Dutch East Indies Company, aka VOC. And you remember what VOC is, correct, Kaya? The Dutch East Indies Company?
I need a refresher.
VOC. I'll keep this up here to watch after the show, and this is already I already have an underbar link section in the works right here. Actually, VOC is supposed to be up here, so.
Gotta tell us what it is.
VOC, the Dutch East Indies Company, it was
huge, right?
It was, I think, the largest company ever on record. Like, it had, an immense. Well, let me look it up here. What was VOC? The Dutch East India Company, commonly known the United East India Company, commonly known as the Dutch East India Company, was a charter trading company and one of the first joint stock companies in the world. Established on March 20th, 1602, which it's 8 days till it was established, actually. where was it? 1602, by the States General of the Netherlands, amalgamating existing companies. It was granted a 21-year monopoly to carry out trade activities in Asia. Shares in the company could be purchased by any citizen of the Dutch Republic and bought and sold in open-air secondary markets, one of which became the Amsterdam Stock Exchange. The company possessed quasi-governmental powers, including the ability to wage war, imprison and execute convicts, negotiate treaties, strike its own coins, and establish colonies. Because it traded across multiple colonies and countries from both the East and the West, the Vox is sometimes considered to have been the world's first multinational corporation. But like to expand upon that, and as I said, the link to this video, because it's a 10-minute video roughly, Mitzi Studio does good work, although sometimes they present it in a rather harsh way. They're not politically correct, is what I'll say. So, but they're right. So, you know, as I said, you know, check the underbar after this live stream. You know, those links will be there. And as I said, Kaio, I'll play this for you, and if you want, Loon, I'll play this for you as well after the show. But it was crazy, the VOC. So anyway, moving back into the history here, 1602, Bermuda officially became part of the English colony of Virginia. All right, Bermuda was part of Virginia. That's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. 1619, Dutch settlement on Java changed its name to Batavia. I think it's still called that. I've heard of Batavia. I'm not sure if it's still called Batavia, but 1664, the first Naturalization Act in the American colonies occurred. Or so, like, you know, bringing people into, like, colonial citizenship, I guess, is what that would entail.
Yeah.
We also have New Jersey became an English colony. It's telling me to image search this. So
that was 1664?
1664, New Jersey became an English. This is before, you know, statehood or all of that. So.
It became a colony.
Yeah, one of the original colonies, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It says here, New York and New Jersey, 1664, after the capture of New Netherland, the king gave it gave it as a gift to his younger brother, the Duke of York, got it renamed in New York. As another gift, friends of the family, Sir George Carteret and William Berkeley, got a closely land grant as well, New Jersey. All right, so some New York and New Jersey history for you there. 1737, let me get rid of that one there. Galileo's body was moved to the Church of Santa Croce in Florence, Italy. So, that's interesting. I wonder if they left it there or if they moved it again. 1755, the first steam engine in America was installed to pump water from a mine. Yeah.
Nice.
How about that?
Yeah. 1773, Jean-Baptiste Pointe de Stable founded a settlement now known as Chicago. All right, so, you know, official happy birthday to Chicago.
Yeah.
So, and Kaio, if you want to read any, just let me know. I'll highlight them for you here. Like this
my the live stream ain't working for me. I don't know, it's my internet or something. Yeah, it just keeps buffering for me. I don't know why.
That's all right. 1790, during the French Revolution, the National Assembly issued a decree allowing for the sale of church land by French municipalities. That doesn't sound too good there. It sounds like they're gonna, like, you know, piece off the church and all that stuff. You know, sell it, you know, brick by brick. 1837, British poet laureate, Robert Southey wrote in reply to 20-year-old Charlotte Bronte, quote, "Literature cannot be the business of a woman's life, and it ought not to be," end quote. Wow. Holy shit, what an awful thing to say. Like, yikes.
Crack down the whip.
Yeah. Keep her in the kitchen.
Don't even play saying that, man. Like, that's...
Well, I mean, that's his attitude.
Yeah, I know. Like, you know...
I'm saying that.
I know. That's crazy. 1849, first gold seekers arrived in Nicaragua en route to California.
Oh.
Yeah. For gold.
Gold rush is coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 year...
See, when was Sutter's Mill? 18...
Well,
it doesn't matter.
Well, remember we covered something, wasn't it, yesterday? That was 6 years before the Sutter's Mill or something? But, gold discovery at Sutter's Mill. It was 1848, and this was 1849.
So they were on their way. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
All right, so yeah, they are on their way for California gold. 1850, the first U.S. $20 gold piece was issued. All right. 1862, I'm sorry?
So there you go.
Yeah. 1862, I'm trying to keep, sorry, like, I'm in 62, okay, wait. Oh, this is not even on the main source. Duh. 1862, the paddle steamer Brother Jonathan docked in Fort Victory, which is now Victoria in British Columbia, carrying smallpox-infected passengers from San Francisco. The ensuing epidemic killed an estimated 2/3 of First Nations in the province of British Columbia. Holy crap!
Oh God!
Yikes! So this is why we quarantine people. 10 years after that, the last French troops left Mexico in 1867. Oh yeah, you know that's right. You know Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know
Not
what?
personally.
Well, yeah, but do you know what it celebrates?
Yeah, they're 4th of July.
But from who?
Spain, I would assume.
Cinco de Mayo is an annual celebration held on May 5th to celebrate Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. And this was in 1867, so... Yeah, I just remembered that. Like, you are right whether it's their Independence Day or one of them, but no, it was over the French.
How about that?
Yeah, that's what reminded me of it. This is, it has to be after this event. This is 5 years later. The last French troops left Mexico.
And do you know any Mexican that speaks French? They didn't hold, did it? The French.
No, unless they go around say "El oui."
Oh man, move on quick.
1868, Great Britain annexed Basutoland in Africa, later renamed the Kingdom of Lesotho. All right. 1868, U.S. Congress abolished manufacturer's tax. What is manufacturer's tax? That sounds like
Tax
something.
on manufacturing.
I mean, yeah, but manufacturing tax exemptions by state. So apparently, it might have come back. It sounds like. Might be because you have to go get an exemption. Does your company qualify as a manufacturer for sales? Okay. Well, if you own a company, check out manufacturer's tax. That sounds like bullshit. 1884, Mississippi established the first U.S. state college for women. Okay. 1888, the second day of the Great Blizzard of 88 in Northeast U.S. We spoke about this yesterday. It ended up with 400 fatalities. And it was like 4 days long, if I remember correctly.
That's a long blizzard.
It is. Like, especially if you're holding it upside down,
Oh.
So.
Dairy Queen.
What's funny is we both laugh at that because we're both fatties. 1891,
Oh God.
1891. I mean, who else eats a burger at 3 a.m.? I mean, I do. 1891, Clara Schumann played Johann Brahms' Variations on a Theme for Haydn for 2 pianos with James Quast in her last public concert in Frankfurt, Germany. This is a picture of some steamboat or something. I think that's the one that exploded, or whatever it was. We spoke about some boat. I don't remember. But yeah, and this is already this piece of music is already in the will be in the underbar section right there. 2 pianos after this live stream. But it's an interesting piece of music. I listened to it earlier today. It's pretty interesting. What else do we got here?
Copyrighted? Copyright?
It might be, but it's like 16 minutes long, so I'm not going to play it.
No, I don't want to.
But it might be copywritten. I'm not.
Well, I'm thinking of it in future shows as a backdrop.
I don't know. I mean, it was 1891, but I don't. I'm going to have to research it to see if it is, and it's not phenomenal. I mean, it's okay. But it's not like a breathtaking, work of music.
You don't want breathtaking. You want background music.
Yeah. Well, the background music I'm using right now is better in my opinion. Okay. So, but I do need to change it up. So I've actually been thinking about that. Anyway, 1894 here, Coca-Cola was sold in bottles for the first time in a candy store in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And this is actually what
there you go.
One of the original bottles looked like. But I do have a picture, and I know, and I share this with you, Loon. I like looking at the then versus now. Yeah. So we have 1899, so that's kind of like the same model we saw. And then as it's going through to 1900, so that's 1 year. So it goes from this to this, and then 1900, then they have a label, and then all the way to 1916, and then 1957, and then onward to today. Yeah. So it's cool. 1894, Pittsburgh issued free season tickets for ladies on Tuesday and Friday. That doesn't seem fair, but okay. 1896, first movie in Netherlands, Calvester 220. All right, so now they have movies in the Netherlands. Moving on up into the 1900s now, ground was broken in 1901 for Boston's first American League ballpark, the Huntington Ave Grounds.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. I hear that.
Yeah.
If you want to read.
Let me see. It finally works. 1903. New York Highlanders, Yankees at the time, I'm assuming, baseball franchise, approved as a member of American League.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And they still are today.
Yeah, they are. In 1904, the first mainline electric train in the UK opened, I guess, Liverpool to Southport. And we also have Andrew Carnegie established Carnegie Hero Fund. Not sure entirely what that is, but it sounds kind of self-serving. Carnegie Hero, I'm a hero, I'm Carnegie, ooh,
Well,
you know.
He was a financial juggernaut in his day.
Yeah, and he was a philanthropist, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a word for it?
Yeah.
Would you mind turning that on, please? 1905, the continuing strikes and disorders that unsettled Italy forced out Premier Giovanni Giolitti, though he will return in March of 1906. So he came back a year later, roughly. What do we got here in 1908? There we go. This one.
The Pan-Macedonian group is formed in Athens to support the Greek struggle for Macedonian. Gosh, hey, Macedonian. I don't know why my tongue isn't working right now.
Macedonia?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I knew you were struggling. I was just, I was enjoying it.
You were letting him swivel out there.
Well, I want him to read, like. I'll give you one more here before I rattle off a few more.
1909, alarmed over increasing German naval strength, Parliament passes a new naval. I can't read for.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I can't. Persuasions bill. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. 1912 year, we have establishment of the first football club in Bulgaria, Botev Plovdiv. That sounds like the sound of plunger makes. Botev Plovdiv. I don't know. Now I'm gonna get my teeth kicked in by a bunch of soccer hooligans. Just watch.
And trying to call a football.
Yeah. 1912, Girl Scouts began in the U.S. as the Girl Guides, formed by Juliette Gordon Lowe at Savannah. All right. It's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that here really quick, actually. So, Girl Scouts, images. Because there was no, actually, hold on a second, so that way you can see as well. So let me bigger this entirely. Boop. There's a lot of different images here, so I'm not sure which one's the oldest. So I'm just going to showcase a couple of these, But it looks like they were more for, like, this one looks like a bunch of adult women. They don't look like girls. But, like, these definitely look like girls.
Yeah, it's kind of misleading.
So, and these look like probably mid-teens here.
Well, that is the Girl Scouts.
Well, yes. I'm just wondering, like, which is the closest to the founding. So I'm just showcasing several just to make sure I don't,
I think they're all Girl Scouts.
Well, they are all Girl Scouts. I'm just showcasing all of these because I didn't know which one to put in the thumbnail. So I'm just trying to cover as best as I can, to have an appropriate image for the article. Well, I want to give it its just dues, 1913, foundation stone on the Australian capital in Canberra was laid. All right, officially naming the capital of Australia, Canberra. 1916, what do we got? Ooh, this one's not good here. If you want to get this one.
1916, the French airship mistakenly attacks and sinks a British submarine D3 with a loss of all hands.
That's awful.
Ooh.
That's horrible friendly fire right there.
Yeah.
Oh. And this one, we have another submarine attack here, although this was not a friendly fire thing. 1917, a German submarine sunk an unarmed U.S. merchant ship, the Algonquin, on the same day that U.S. President Woodrow Wilson gave executive order to arm U.S. merchant ships. Man.
Too late.
That sucks. In the wake of the February Revolution, Communist Party members of Joseph Stalin, Lev Kamenev, and Matvey Miranev arrived in Petrograd, or St. Petersburg, and seized control of the Pravda newspaper. We also have 1917, and the old style on this date is February 27th, according to the Julian calendar, correct? Because we use a Gregorian, if I'm right. Russian Duma set up the Provisional Committee. Soviets form Executive Committee. Yikes. And then 1 year after that, fearing a foreign invasion, Vladimir Lenin shifted revolutionary Russia's capital from Petrograd, St. Petersburg, to Moscow. And it says here, Moscow became the capital of Russia again after St. Petersburg had held the status for most of the period since 1713. And it used to originally be Moscow, if my history of Russia, knowledge is correct. Because all of Russia, like, the entirety of Russia, since the beginning of Russia, it's all to create a wall between Moscow and Moscow's enemies.
Yeah, exactly right.
So at some point...
They're trying to get a buffer for protection.
At some point they moved it from Moscow to Petrograd, or St. Petersburg, and then this is when they moved it back to Moscow, and it's still Moscow today. 1919, Austrian National Meeting affirmed Anschluss, or incorporate into Germany. Yikes. 1921, Cairo Conference began. This one raised an eyebrow for me. British meeting to determine Middle Eastern policies. Remember the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, so now they have to figure out, okay, what to do with all this land.
Sure.
Gertrude Bell and T.E. Lawrence of Arabia, attended.
Wow.
Wow, that was whoa. There he is, right there, Lawrence of Arabia. Anyway, 1 century ago, 1926, Denmark began unilateral disarmament, and Pope Pius XI named J.E. Van Rohe Archbishop of Malines, Belgium. All right. Oh, we have a California one here for you to read, good sir, if you want.
California dreaming. In California in 1928, the St. Francis Dam fails, killing over 600 people.
Oh,
Nice.
wonder where that was.
You know what? Let me look that up here. Other source says 431, but still, that's a lot of people to die.
Yeah.
So, and we've spoken. It's kind of weird. Like the past day or so. Oh, whoops! I keep forgetting to keep that in there because Kaio can't see the other thing. Oh wow! Look at that. So this is what it looked like.
Yeah.
And this is the aftermath. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's oh wow, look at that. Just a chunk. Like
Just dissipated, yeah.
wow. That's scary. But where was it? Let me check out maps here really quick. St. Francis Dam disaster site all the way up here. Okay. So let's see if I can't well that's where it was. It was like right here. So there's probably like no more ruins left. But
Was it in northern, southern California? Where?
Let's see here. Let me zoom out. Whoop. It was just north of LA, actually.
Oh, okay.
Closer
So part of southern.
yeah, between LA and Bakersfield, closer to LA. So, all right. Let me miniaturize this once more. What else do we got here? 1930, Mahatma Gandhi began his famous Salt March, a 200-mile or 320-kilometer protest march against the widely hated British salt tax. Frickin' British and their taxes.
Yeah.
Always with the taxes.
Tax. Yeah.
Tax, everybody! Like that one song, Shots? So.
Yeah.
1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt conducted his first fireside chat as U.S. president via radio, speaking directly to 60 million people listening, or 60 million listening U.S. citizens, 8 days after his inauguration. All right.
Before World War II, then.
33,
For
yes.
us.
Yeah, well, World War II broke out in 39, so this was 6 years before that for anybody. 1934, communist revolutionary Joseph Broz Tito was freed from jail. That was a bad move there. 33, Britain established 30-mile-per-hour speed limits for towns and villages. Did anybody catch that?
What?
Britain established 30-mile-per-hour speed limits. That's imperial. They use metric now. They use kilometers per hour. Because remember, they invented the imperial system, and then now they turn around and mock us for using their invention! It makes no sense. So, but yeah, no, seriously, like, Like I don't know what 30 miles per hour transfers to kilometers, but I just wanted to point that out.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because the actual from what I believe, what a foot is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is based off of the measurement of the lengths of the king's foot. So his foot was 1 foot long. That's 1 foot, and then from there they divided that into 12. Okay, those are inches. They divided that, even more. Those are centimeters or whatever the heck. I don't know what's smaller than inches.
And our football's a foot, hence the name.
Yeah, it's a foot long. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, that's why it's called that.
Because it has nothing to do with a foot when you play it,
Unless you're punting.
punting or kicking a field goal or something. But yeah, it's very minimal.
Anyway, 1938, Nazi Germany invaded Austria, Anschluss. German troops occupied and absorbed Austria, annexing the country. Finland, in 1940, signed the Moscow Peace Treaty in Moscow, surrendering to Russia and ceding 11% of their pre-World War II territory, ending the Winter War. And there's this new series out. Kaio, have you seen Sisu?
I have not.
They already have a sequel out, and I've seen it. It's really interesting because the original movie takes place during the Winter War or shortly after or something, and then the second one definitely takes place after because it's all about him going traveling those 11 miles to get back to Finland, his side of the border, and all that jazz. So it's an interesting series of movies. We got to watch those. So. 1940 as well, the most destructive train accident in Finnish history killed 39 and injured 69 people in Tirani, Janakala. So that's got to be a kick in the teeth. And the same day, as they lost their war, then they had the most destructive train accident in their history. Double punch. That sucks for Finland today. 1945, 30 Amsterdammers were executed by Nazi occupiers. Why those 30? What did they do? That's weird.
Eat too much muffins.
Yikes. 1945 as well, Italy's Communist Party, CPI, called for an armed uprising in Italy. Of course they did. That's all those people know is violence. What else do we got here in 1945, good Sir Kaio?
State of New York is the first to prohibit discrimination by race and creed in employment.
What kind of an accent was that?
Fatality. I don't know.
You sounded like a robot trying to sound like a British Arab or something. I don't know. I couldn't figure that out. It was weird. Well, if you're going to sound like a cyborg Russian, you might as well read this one too.
USSR returns to Transylvania to Romania.
1947, U.S. President Harry Truman introduced the Truman Doctrine to fight communism. Yeah, we got to beat those, those Reds.
Yeah, those commies.
Yeah. 1950s. Yeah, 1950, Pope Pius XII encyclical on combating atheistic propaganda. That sounds a little, on the nose there. So, 1950 as well, the Llanellau air disaster killed 80 people when the aircraft they were traveling in crashed near Singingstone, Wales. At the time, this was the world's deadliest air disaster. So that means that something broke the record. I made a bunch of notes what broke the record, how many times has it been broken since, what's the record today. It's not something I really want to look up, so that's 1951. Oh yeah, here's him with his Fireside chat, FDR.
Oh wow, that's way back.
Yeah, trying to this is the end of the Winter War. So Russia, Finland signed peace treaties, Soviet gets vital land concessions, all this stuff. And here we go, now we're caught up. 1951, comic strip Dennis the Menace first appeared by the British comic magazine The Beano. Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace.
He looks absolutely nothing.
The Menace.
No.
Nothing like he ended up looking. And I wonder if that's Mr. Wilson. It has to be.
He may not have been named yet.
Yeah.
But he became Mr. Wilson at very minimum.
Yeah. Oh, he put the leash on Dennis. That good. He got his comeuppance. What else do we got here? 1951, communist troops were driven out of Seoul. Good. 1956, Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 500 for the first time, specifically at 500.24. 1957, German DR accepted 22 Russian divisions. That sounds a little alarming there. 1957 as well, Random House and Houghton Mifflin co-published The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss.
There you
Yeah.
Isn't that banned somewhere or something?
All of Dr. Seuss is banned.
Where?
In the United States, at least, to my knowledge.
Oh.
Like, or at least a good chunk of it. Like, because of...
What?
Yeah, they banned Dr. Seuss for, like, racism or homophobia or something.
That'd have to be state by
Okay.
state.
Dr. Seuss banned. Let's see here. Here are the wrong illustrations that got Dr. Seuss books canceled.
By whom and where?
With just cancel culture. Like, I don't know, like... it says here, the most popular of the 6 titles are the 1950s If I Ran the Zoo, the 1937 book, and To Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, yada yada yada. Okay, go away, pop-up. Dr. Seuss Enterprises, I'm trying to figure out. This is just going on and on with a lot of illustrations.
Okay.
I'm not finding anything. 6 books won't be published anymore. Hold on. Because they portray people in hurtful and wrong ways. I'm just going to play this here really quick. Oh, this is CNN. Fuck that. No. Screw that. I'm going to keep on going.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1958, British Empire Day was renamed Commonwealth Day. Oh, how euphemistic. 1959, U.S. joins Senate approving Hawaii statehood. All right, so now they're getting Hawaii as a state. Which, that's wild. You, in your lifetime, you witnessed Alaska and Hawaii becoming states.
Yes.
When you were born, we were at what? 48?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy to think. 1964, Union leader Jimmy Hoffa sentenced to 8 years. Why does that name sound familiar?
Oh, he's the guy that he was the charge of the unions and all kinds of, shall we say, graft going on and everything. So he went to jail for it. When he came out, he tried to retake his power. It just disappeared. They've never seen or heard of him since.
So that's shady as hell.
Yeah.
What do we have here in 1965?
1865. Wooly Bully, single release by Sam the Sham
Oh, yeah.
and
Bully.
Flahout, or I think that's how you pronounce it.
That's it.
And that's all I'm going to play of that for now.
That was the #1 song of that year, believe it or not.
I believe it. It's a good song. It's in
crazy.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good movie.
Yeah. Here, I'll fast forward here.
Sam, the Sham, and the Pharaohs.
Like, you saw Full Metal Jacket, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie, yeah.
Hold on a second. FMJ Wooly.
Watch out for copyright.
I know, I'm just going to play like a half a second. Let's see, here it is. Like, it's when they were walking and when he and Animal Mother. Is he right here? It's playing in the background. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else do we got here? 1966, Love's first album was released. Love. Okay?
Love.
Love.
I
1967.
remember them.
Yeah. Indonesian Congress stripped President Sukarno of authority and named General Suharto as acting president. From the other source, Suharto took power from Sukarno when the Provisional People's Consultative Assembly inaugurated him as acting president of Indonesia. Now, if I remember this correctly, let me see here. President Sukarno. I think we covered an article from him yesterday.
We did something.
So this was what, 1967? So let me find 1967 here. Here we go. Yeah, 1965. Oh, so it actually took a couple years. So on March 11th, it's a little interesting though. It's almost on the same day. March 11th, 1965. So this was yesterday.
Yeah.
Indonesia President Sukarno signed the Super Samar Order, giving Army Commander Lieutenant General Suharto authority to do whatever he deemed necessary to restore order. Fast forward to the 12th, 2 years later.
It was him to take over.
He did. Yep. So it took 2 years, but he did it almost exactly on the day. That's kind of scary.
Missed it by a day.
Yeah. 1968, Indian Ocean island nation Mauritius gained independence from Britain. This is their national day, so congratulations. Yeah. That's the #1 thing Britain has ever given to the entire world is Independence Days. Ooh, 1969. Do you want to take this one?
That's true. Cool. I like this one. 100. What year is it again?
69.
Oh,
It's a
69.
good
okay.
year, man.
1969, 120 cannabis joints, go to MJ, found at George Harrison and Patty Harrison home in Esher, England. Oh.
Wow. That's a lot. That is a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a lot of points.
Like, what were they, like, were they going to have, like, a puff party or something? Because, like, that would take me, like, a month to go through.
That's, they're going to smoke out the whole house, man.
Yeah. 1978, U.S. lowered voting age from 21 to 18. All right, we spoke about that yesterday. 1971, thousands of Belfast shipyard workers marched demanding the introduction of internment for members of the Irish Republican Army. We spoke about this a couple days ago. Remember, like, people died or whatever, and then it mentioned that thousands of Belfast shipyard workers will march and everything. So this is when they march. 1974, Ted Bundy victim Donna Manson disappeared from Evergreen State College in Olympia, Washington. The body was never found. That is scary. 1977, Chilean dictator Augusto Pinochet banned the Christian Democratic Party. We've been talking about that for the past couple of days, and they were a social,
They were a socialist party.
no, they were social, not communist, but social something. Something socialist, I don't know. Democratic socialist, I don't know. Something socialist. Yeah. So, very, very rare count, I actually agree with the dictator's decision. So, 1980, jury found John Wayne Gacy guilty of murdering 33 people in Chicago.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he was a clown. Like,
I remember that. Yeah.
There used to be clowns at children's birthday parties.
Yeah.
He was a clown. He did children's birthday parties, and in his off time, he murdered people.
Wow.
Holy shit! 1980.
Yeah, I read upon that.
Yeah, nuts. And I only remember him because John Wayne Gacy. Because I don't know if they named him after the actor or anything like that, but. 1981, Walter R.T. Wichlessly installed the world's largest sundial in Richmond, Virginia, and that's what this is.
Oh.
Oops, let me leave that there here.
Oh, that's huge.
It is, but to really give you a perspective, I'm going to image search this.
I'd like to see the shadow it makes.
I would too, but like here. I looked at this, and at first I was just like, okay, that's a weird building, and then I saw, hold on, I keep forgetting that Kyo's looking. But then I saw this, I'm like, wait a minute, that's a different perspective of that. Holy hell, that's enormous. Or wait a minute, is it, or is this the other side? Or
I don't know.
It has to be part of it. I mean, this looks like it curves upward.
I don't see the building part of it.
I'm trying to see. It's like the same type of materials, it looks like. So, I'm just trying to get a good image of it. No, I guess there is none. Anyway, let's move on up here. Let me put this back into its corner there and escape out of there. What else do we got here? 1989. Ooh, this one's wild here. I'll highlight it for you so you can read it, good Sir Kyo.
Is it 19? I want to flip my phone over here like this. 1989. Two cyanide contaminated Chalene grapes found in Philadelphia.
Yikes. That's not good.
Nope.
1989 here as well, computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee submitted his first proposal for an information management system to his boss at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, who found it vague but exciting. The other source here says Sir Tim Berners-Lee submitted his proposal to CERN for an information management system, which subsequently developed into the World Wide Web, the very device that we're using.
Wow.
The birth of the internet. This is when it was just gestating, if you can even say it was gestating. 1990. What else do we got here?
LA Raiders announced their return to Oakland.
The Raiders, man, like,
Oakland to LA, back to Oakland.
Now they're in Vegas.
Now they're in Vegas.
I mean, like,
Does anybody want that ball club?
See, I don't want to get my teeth kicked in, but, like, you want to talk about a doorknob of a team, like, yikes. 1992.
They don't have a home.
Yeah. 992, Mauritius became a republic while remaining a member of the Commonwealth of Nations. All right, good. 93, Incarnate leader. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give this one to you.
Oh,
Oh,
you're being set up. I can tell.
Yeah, I want to be an asshole.
oh God, you're going to torture my ass. Here comes the jibble jabble. 1993. An Inkata leader in Mangosutha,
Oh, God.
Berthazi begins 2.5 weeks speech to the
Weak speech.
Kua Zulu Legislative Assembly.
2.5 week speech.
2.5 weeks
Good
speech.
God.
Oh,
That's a
man.
long time.
Yeah. 993 as well, from other source, North Korea announced that it will withdraw from the Treaty of the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons and refuse to allow inspectors access to its nuclear sites. How very North Korean of them. 94, the Church of England ordained its first 32 female priests at the Bristol Cathedral in Bristol, England. All right. Welcome
Well,
to the
you
club.
know, the North Korean and the South Koreans both agreed to denuclearize both countries. The South did, the North did not.
Well, no, the North did, I think.
Well, they may
but
have
then,
done some, but not completely, and then they rebuilt
well,
it up.
then Kim Jong-un restarted it in the early 2000s.
But it's supposed to be nuclear free,
Well-
and it's not.
Well, there's supposed to be a lot of things that's not. So, but I think maybe there was a time that they were nuclear free, but then Kim Jong-un, or Kim Jong-il, which one? Kim Jong-il first, right?
Yeah, I think
Kim
so.
Jong-il, not Kim Jong-il, restarted it in the early 2000s, and then he died, and now Kim Jong-un is in charge, and his daughter is going to be like the next in charge. And what's interesting is like I'm hearing the same optimism about her that people had about Kim Jong-un,
Oh.
and I'm just like,
Well,
no,
everybody
she.
hopes.
I'm just like, no, she is going to be an evil tyrant that's going to make everybody before her look like a fucking kitten. Like, wrath, hell have no wrath than a woman scorned, or whatever. She's going to be mean. 99, former Warsaw Pact members of Czech Republic, Hungary, and Poland join NATO. NATO needs to be dissolved. So, 2002, animated film Ice Age, directed by Chris Wedge and Carlos Saladiana, with voices by Dennis Leary and John Leguizamo, premiered. 2002 as well, the U.S. crime series The Shield, created by Sean Ryan and starring Michael Kitchiflitz, premiered on FX. What do we got here in 2003?
2003.
Yeah.
Let's see. In 2003, Elizabeth Smart found after having been missing for 9 months.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good chunk of time.
Little kid.
Ah, okay. I was going to make a joke, but it was a kid. I was going to...
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
Well, like, if it was an adult, I would say she needs to change her name because, obviously she's not living up. But no, it's a kid, so never mind.
No, she was abducted by, they hired some
that's
guy
bad.
to work on the house, pick a fence
Oh,
out,
yikes.
and then he broke in and kidnapped her.
Yikes. Any reason? Like
Huh?
hostage? Like, was he trying to get money for something? Or did they ever figure
Took
out a
the
motive?
kid.
No,
Took
that's
the kid to marry her or whatever.
that's a yikes. So,
Yeah.
we have another...
And he had a wife.
That's even more yikes.
And
Well,
she accepted the kid, too.
that's another yikes. How many more yikes do you
I
have?
don't know. It's a horrible story. But she is an amazing woman now, but she was a young kid. She
Gee.
recovered from that and seemed to do reasonably well.
Oh, thank God. What else do we got here in 2003, good sir?
Oh, 2003. Oh, Lord. Prime Minister of Serbia. I'm just going to pronounce the first name
Just try.
here. Zoran is assassinated in Belgrade.
I don't know how to pronounce it either. Just Zoran Dindic. Oh.
Dindic. I'm just going to pronounce that as Dindic. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Could be dimwit, but it's Dim Dick.
He's dead. 2003 as well, the World Health Organization officially released a global warning of outbreaks of severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS. Of course they did. You know, here we go. Like, you know, they're always trying to stir up some shit. I don't know how. The whole kung
they
fu
always
thing
try
happened.
to.
Weird. 2004, Roh Moo-hyun, president of South Korea, was impeached by its National Assembly for the first time in the nation's history. We spoke about that yesterday or whatever when they decided to uphold it. 2006, it's a shame that this is off a main source. In Mahmoudiya, Iraq, 14-year-old Abdir Qasim Hamza al-Janabi was snuggled and murdered by 5 U.S. soldiers of the 502nd Infantry Regiment, who also murdered both of her parents and her sister. What the hell is going on with our troops? We covered that thing yesterday, you know, that guy who killed, 15 people, civilians or whatever? Yeah. And then now this. What the fuck is going on over there? You know, like, these soldiers, I hope we hung them, you know, by the highest of trees, these soldiers. Like, you know, by the neck. That is just absolutely appalling. Oh, yeah. 2008, what do we got here? Kyle, you know, you read. I gotta collect myself here. That's disgusting.
In 2008, streaming service Hulu launches for public access in the United States.
Yeah. Hulu's owned by Disney now, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. 2009, financier Bernie Madoff pled guilty to one of the largest frauds in Wall Street's history. I hope they hung him too. Yeah.
It's amazing how many people he hooks into that for years.
Yeah. Ooh, this one's big if you want to read this.
A good old Fukushima.
Yeah, we covered this yesterday. So.
Oh, this is the infamous, yeah.
Yesterday was the earthquake and the tsunami, and this is another thing.
I remember when that actually happened too. In 2011, a reactor at Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant melts and explodes and releases radioactivity into the atmosphere after a day after Japan's earthquake.
Yep. Yikes. And we talked about this yesterday. It's still leaking to this day, I think, right? Like, I haven't really been following it, but
they try to, like, I would say, like, cover it up, and they keep sending, like, robots, but even the robots after, like, a minute like, would just fry it up because it's just that bad.
Very much like Chernobyl. Like, I haven't seen the series, but have you seen at least scenes from? Have you seen the Chernobyl series or whatever, the mini-series? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I've seen, like, bits and clips of it.
Same here.
I would say.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, you know, like that one scene, like, you know, when they were talking about the robot, it was designed to survive 15 rotogen. The exposed core is broadcasting 300,000 or something crazy, whatever the number was. It was like, good lord, no wonder the robot died immediately. So, anyway, 2012, The Hunger Games, directed by Francis Lawrence and starring Jennifer Lawrence, premiered in Los Angeles. I wonder if they have.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Like, I find the
they
whole
have so
thing,
many, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of
movies, but the original one was okay.
Well, like, the more time passes, the more I think I should see it, because a lot of people are comparing the way the world is now to a predecessor of the Hunger Games.
Well, that's the idea of it.
Yeah. So it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
2012 as well, 100 people are killed in ethnic clashes and cattle raids in South Sudan. Yikes. 2013, JOGMEC became the first to successfully extract methane hydrate from seabed deposits. That sounds scientific and cool. 2014, 8 people were killed, 70 injured, and 2 buildings were leveled by a gas explosion in East Harlem, New York. Jeez. 2018, British Prime Minister Theresa May said Russia was, quote, highly likely, end quote, to have poisoned a Russian spy and his daughter on March 4th with nerve agent. Remember we covered that?
Yeah.
No, and that's when they expelled, you know, ambassadors of all nations involved. Just like, nope, you know, we got to figure this out. So, what else do we got here? 2018. Which one was it? This one here, if you want to read that.
In 2018, research shows Chinese cities have decreased pollution by 32% on average in just 4 years.
I wish I could believe that. It sounds really nice, but I don't know. So. We have another 2018 if you want to take that one as well.
Sure. Tens of thousands of farmers from Indian state, Maharashtra, and protests over loan waivers, prices, and land rights after promises from state officials and walking 167 kilometers to Mumbai.
Wow. I hope
So,
they got what they
I
wanted.
was
Yeah,
a bit of a distance.
Sounds like loan forgiveness then.
I think so. 2019, and you guys may remember this. It kind of rings a little bit of a bell for me. Dozens were charged in U.S. college admissions scandal by U.S. federal prosecutors,
Oh,
including
yeah,
actress
yeah.
Lori Loughlin and
Oh,
Felicity Huffman.
She actually went to jail.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. We also have a K-pop and Big Bang singer Seogun. How the fuck? Like.
Does it say that?
C1 Grill?
I don't know. My mouth cannot do this. Seon Grill?
That was dirt.
Was arrested for procuring prostitutes, retired to fight the charges in South Korea. Yikes. I don't know what's worse, the charges or her name. 2020, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said the UK is facing the, quote, worst public health crisis for a generation, end quote, that up to 10,000 people may already have been infected with COVID-19. But he had no problem with hosting open-air, no-mask parties in his backyard.
He was a doofus.
Yeah, I was about to say Planetdemic, really.
Yeah.
Or say, yeah.
Disheveled-ass looking British Donald Trump guy. So.
Yeah.
And speaking of Trump, though, do you want to read this one?
Sure. 2020, Ghetto Trumpy bans travel with 26 European countries through, though not the UK due to COVID-19. UK and Ireland added a day later.
That is kind of weird, but at least he covered it all. It's kind of funny though, like remember when he did a whole ban on several Muslim nations and everybody's all pissed off, but nobody's pissed off about him doing this. You know, gee, how quickly people's favoritism sways. Like grass
they get
in the wind.
hypocritical.
Yeah. 2021, researchers say that world has likely reached the peak twin, with more twin births than ever before. 1.6 million twins born per year. 1 in 42 people are twins. That's crazy.
1 in 42
Apparently,
are twins?
yeah. That's wild.
Well, how do they know it's hit a peak?
I don't know, man. How do they?
All the
You only
hospital
can call it after the peak.
How do they know we've only explored 10% of our oceans? How do you come up with 10% if you
I
don't?
have known a few twins over the years. Quite a few.
Yeah.
My best bet is probably technology, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. 2022, Saudi Arabia executed 81 convicted criminals, the country's largest known mass execution in modern times. Yikes. Another yikes here. 95th Academy Awards in 2023, Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is a phenomenal movie. Have you seen that? Speaking of asking you of seeing movies, Kyle?
No.
Oh my goodness. We gotta have movies days here.
What's the name of it again?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Voted Best Film, Best Director Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinhardt. Michelle Yeoh, and first Asian woman to win Best Actress.
Wow.
Brendan Fraser, Best Actor. Oh yeah, so that was for his work. It must have been for The Whale.
For The Whale. Now that was an incredible movie.
Yeah.
Really gross, but incredible movie.
Well, yeah.
Incredibly acted.
Very, very acted. And it was like all in one room, like a stage play, as it was mirrored off of a very, very good movie. But what's interesting is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Do you remember?
Never heard of it.
I'm surprised. You remember Short Round from Indiana Jones? The actor,
no.
The little Asian kid.
Oh yeah, okay.
I didn't touch anything,
know
Dr. Jones.
Yeah, I didn't know his name.
He, after that, he didn't really get into. Actually, no, I think he was in the Goonies, because I think he was also in the Goonies.
I never saw that.
I haven't really either, but anyway, after that, he didn't really do much acting or anything. So this was him back. He's an adult now, and he's back. And now he's more active, doing films and stuff again. Like, this was, after 30, 40 years or however long it's been.
Not that. Well, maybe
20, 30,
yeah,
40, whatever.
Yeah,
you know.
Could be 30.
So yeah. 2023, Cyclone Freddy made landfall for a second time in central Mozambique, Madagascar, and Malawi, killing about 200 people and setting records as the longest-lasting cyclone in the southern hemisphere.
Go ahead.
It formed February 6th. So a second time.
That's what I'm getting at.
A second time.
Turned around and came back.
It was like, it's like, just for good measure, fuck you again, like what?
No, I didn't get everything. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. 2023, 500,000 Israelis protest plans by Benjamin Netanyahu's government to overhaul the country's judicial system for 10th week in a row. Yeah, this guy, I don't like him. 2023, oil company Saudi Aramco posted earnings of $161 billion for 2022, highest ever recorded annual profit by a publicly listed company. And good for the traders.
Your uncle worked for Aramco for many years ago.
Oh, all right. And this one, you're going to laugh at this. Last but not least, do you want to take this one?
Sure. 2024, a Roman court rules that, Andrew Tate and his brother, God, what's his name? I forgot. Anyways, can be extradited to the UK only after the Romanian trial for human trafficking, which I heard is fake, but whatever.
I don't know, man. Andrew Tate is a bit of a douche nozzle, but, I don't know. I think people are just going after him to go after him. I'm not sure. But it was crazy and kind of scary that they found him with that pizza box. Remember that? They tracked him by, hunting down, okay, that is that company. What company, sold pizza at such and such time. They figured it out because, if you know how to follow a trail, everything is documented. You just got to know where to look. Everything is connected. It's scary. Speaking of pizza, so.
Yeah, track that baby down.
Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, if not limited to all things on the Coalition. It's up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness, with a yearn to learn, to see outside what you think you know, to grow and find enlightenment. Bless you. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from our own and find a better way to be better to one another. For your dose of Vast Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And Caillou by Boshi.
And you, viewer, are you. Thank you so much for coming in. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Before I sign out, I'm going to see if I have any comments. Nothing on YouTube, nothing on Rumble. All right.